Quoting from Arizona House Bill 2281. If you're interested in the whole document, I have a link down here, if I remember. Quote, "The legislature finds and declares that public school pupils should be taught to treat and value each other as individuals and not be taught to resent or hate other races or classes of people," unquote. Where in the Arizona public school system are pupils being taught to resent and hate each other? Quote, "A school district or charter school in this state shall not include in its programs or instruction any courses or classes that include any of the following. Promote the overthrow of the United States government." Hey Mom, look what I learned at school today! Nowhere are any schools in Arizona state doing that. Promote resentment towards a race or class of people. Nowhere in Arizona's school system are students being taught to resent hatred towards other races or classes of people. They don't learn that in school, they learn that on the bus going to school. Gimme peso or I cut your fucking gringo throat. Those two first points, of course, are the pretense by which the House bill is being offered. The real reason follows those 2 points. Are designated primarily for pupils of a particular ethnic group. Advocate ethnic solidarity instead of the treatment of pupils as individuals. Unquote. I'm not going to quote any more of this asinine, idiotic, evil, and divisive, socially divisive proposed law. Arizona is very culturally diverse. It's got maybe 30 or more different American Indian cultures within it, and a whole lot of other ones, Europe and Asia. All these students growing up in the state of Arizona will have to interact with each other. People will, in Arizona, they will grow up, they will get jobs, they will be co-workers with each other, they will love and marry each other. They need to understand at least the basics of where each other's cultures come from. You can't not teach basic understanding of your neighbors, your friends, your compatriots, the people who band together to make Arizona work, to make Arizona successful as a state and a contributor to the United States. Banning ethnic studies, which is what this bill is actually trying to do. You can forget about the overthrowing the government bullshit and promoting hate and resentment among cultures bullshit. Pretense. It doesn't happen. It will not happen anytime in the future. Not going to happen. Hasn't happened in the past. Pretense for passing a law that prohibits ethnic studies. Vitally important for the state of Arizona, to repeat, to teach ethnic studies. You know, for one example, it is a historic cultural conflict between the Navajos and the Utes for at least 600 years. There's a reason why Utes and Navajos tend to resent each other. There's several famous battles between the two peoples that they still remember. Those stories are passed down, and it is important to understand the conflict between the two tribes to understand your neighbor. If you're living in Arizona, if you're living anywhere near like Tuba City, or where Navajos and Utes tend to interact, and you see them in conflict even today at the grocery store or on the streets or in the fast food joints, students need to know why that conflict exists. There's a historical context content and context there that needs to be taught. It isn't promoting resentment. It is not promoting hatred among people to have students understand how people interact in the state of Arizona or anywhere else. Idiotic legislation proposal. And I should point out, Arizona state legislature has no goddamn business dictating what is being taught or should be taught in Arizona public school. That is for educators to do. That is for the teachers, and God's forbid, protect us, the school board to do, not the state legislature. My opinion, perhaps it's yours. Fuck it, Nah.